Catch and release. That's how some describe the approach to crime in Davidson County's Juvenile Court. Good Tuesday evening, everyone. I'm Rory Johnston.
And I'm Carrie Sharp. The criticisms have grown louder after lawmakers forced the release of the Antioch High School shooter's juvenile records.
Investigative reporter Ben Hall questions Judge Sheila Calloway's approach to juvenile crime.
Judge Calloway says she's not commenting on the shooter's records out of respect for the families, but others looked at them and had plenty to say.
I think that he was an accident waiting to happen, a horrible accident, and it did happen.
Victims advocate Verna Wyatt says juvenile court either missed or ignored obvious red flags about the Antioch school shooter. On January 22nd of this year, 17-year-old Solomon Henderson fired 10 shots inside the Antioch High School cafeteria. He killed 16-year-old Diana Escalante before shooting himself. His recently released juvenile records show juvenile court was well aware of him. In fact, on the day of the shooting, Henderson signed paperwork promising not to use or possess guns, ammunition, or knives. That was because 3 months earlier, he brought a box cutter to school and threatened a female student after she said hi to him. He used a racial slur and told school officials he would cut anyone that walks up on him. He was back in school 2 days later. The court sentenced him to probation and offered judicial diversion, which means if he stayed out of trouble, his record would be wiped clean.
I think there might be a place for judicial diversion, but not when somebody is threatening somebody with a lethal weapon.
Wyatt was even more surprised that Henderson had been arrested a year before the box cutter. In 2023, records show he was charged with aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor after police say he downloaded child porn from the internet. Records show he was released to his parents with restrictions, including no use of social media and cell phone except for schoolwork.
We're not helping these kids. Nobody helped Solomon.
You don't want to put them in a situation.
Juvenile court Judge Sheila Calloway has said she will not talk about the released records out of respect for the families. But News Channel 5 Investigates has questioned the catch and release revolving door of Davidson County's juvenile court for years.
They do not, a lot of times, even think there was any consequences because they're released so fast.
In 2019, our series on juvenile crime highlighted case after case in which children who went on to commit murder had been arrested and released by juvenile court. We found of the 36 kids charged with homicide in the prior 3 years, 2/3 had criminal records that should have set off alarms. 16-year-old Jamarius Hill was arrested for the murder of young Debrianna Begley, shot outside her home. Hill was first arrested at age 12 for theft of merchandise. At age 14, he was arrested for handgun possession and evading arrest. At age 15, he pulled off a carjacking and was charged with aggravated robbery, auto theft, and handgun possession, and put on intensive probation. Within 6 months, he was arrested twice more. And 6 months after that, Debrianna was murdered.
Locking them up is not always the best answer.
Judge Calloway said in 2019 she tries to provide interventions that give kids a chance to become productive members of society and not inmates locked in adult prisons for life.
Those who get locked up usually are the ones that are least likely to graduate. The ones that get locked up are the ones that are more likely to end up in the adult system.
After our report, legislators changed the law and allowed juvenile court judges to detain juveniles arrested for stealing cars. But the law left it to the discretion of judges.
If someone goes into a school and they kill a child, that's horrendous. Every single aspect of their background should be looked at by all of us.
Lawmakers this year were so upset when they saw the criminal history of the Antioch High School shooter, they passed a law to allow his records to become public.
The charges are bad. They obviously scream for help.
Betty Adams Green was juvenile court judge in Davidson County for 16 years, from 1998 to 2014. She was more willing to detain juveniles than Sheila Calloway has been. She saw the prior charges against Solomon, but did not criticize the use of juvenile diversion for the box cutter charge.
And it could have been that a witness was not willing to testify. So if you went to court, you would get nothing.
She said it was appropriate to release the records in this case, but warned lawmakers about a heavy-handed, one-size-fits-all approach to juvenile crime. Do you think things are worse now than they were when you were judge?
The money has always been tight. I think it's even tighter now. And you don't work a miracle without a little bit of funding to get that miracle done.
I want them rehabilitated too. What we're doing is not working.
Verna Wyatt says the Antioch shooter case is yet another wake-up call, a failure to stop or help a kid the system knew too well.
The people that are in power are the people that are making the decisions about what to do with Solomon. That didn't help Solomon. It certainly didn't help the little girl that was murdered that day.
Judge Calloway's court said the term catch and release is inaccurate, and every case is reviewed based on what is best for the child and the community. Metro Police said nearly 250 juveniles were arrested 2 times or more in the last year. Ben Hall, News Channel 5, investigates.
It's eye-opening. Ben, thank you. Ben has been following the release of Solomon Henderson's records since the push began from lawmakers. You can learn more about what he's uncovered on newschannel5.com/investigates.